Hey guys, it's Neema and Iman from the Neema Group.
Hi guys.
We wanted to share with you a story of a closing that had multiple hiccups, a bunch of speed bumps throughout the road, but ultimately we got it closed, but it was not easy. So today's story is about 5,000 Vineland in the North Hollywood Arts District. This is a cool property that Iman sourced. Can you tell us briefly about how you sourced it and why?
Yeah, so Neema and I had identified a series of properties where we thought the value of land was the premium to the current use. The current use is mechanic shop, and we knew, being that it was in the middle of the NoHo Arts District, that someone would make a killing building apartments there.
And this property had some moving parts with a short-term lease, significantly below market rent. The ownership was getting about, was it 5,000 a month?
Around 5,000 net.
5,000 a month net, and potential for any kind of environmental damage or leaks that could have been there through their over 30 years of ownership. Their family owned it for over 30 years. And we had recommended a price of
our range of pricing or value pre-COVID was around $3.5 million to $3.85.
depending on the terms, how long we gave a buyer to close, how involved their environmental due diligence was going to be, and what they required the seller to do for remediation.
Based on the current income of the tenant being at around $5,000, we recommended that they moved into either a DST or some triple net options, in which at a conservative return, they would be tripling their net income.
And what was cool is that their CPA was highly involved with their family, and they were part of the decision-making process, which is really helpful for us because we could share with them ideas, and we ultimately decided to take a portion of the money off the table as boot for the family to enjoy, a portion into DST, and help them do an exchange to single tenant here in Southern California.
Yes.
So that's the good news, and that's what we're doing now. We've identified 2 properties for triple nets that they're going to trade into. They've taken a portion of the boot out and a portion going to DST. But the challenge that we had is we took this property to market pre-COVID at our price of $3,850,000, which is the high side of our valuation. And within the first 2 to 3 weeks of marketing, how many offers did we generate?
We received 9 offers.
9 offers. And of those 9 offers, obviously part of our responsibility of representing sellers and our fiduciary is interviewing the buyers, understanding who they are and what they're doing. So we put together a list of questions that we asked each of the probably top 6 buyers that we reported back to the seller. Give me a sample of some of those questions.
Some of the top questions were something like, what will you be using your due diligence time frame for? Have you seen the street dedication? Are you planning on doing phase 1 and phase 2? And how are you planning on financing the purchase? Those really helped us qualify the buyers and see what their intentions were with the site and if they had the qualifications to take down something of this size.
And we reported the answers back to the ownership, and we picked who we thought was the most qualified buyer. Went under contract with them. The new question we asked was, how does the coronavirus and the COVID world affect your decision-making process and your ability to close? Every time we picked a buyer, they said, no problem. This thing is temporary, we'll be in and out. We went under contract with buyer number 1, less than a week, they canceled. Went to buyer number 2, asked them all these questions again. How does coronavirus affect you? It doesn't affect me, everything's great, everything's roses, canceled. Buyer number 3, canceled. Buyer number 4. That was the challenge that we had when coronavirus was unraveling and the financial markets came to a screeching halt for a while. Our ability to communicate clearly to the seller with high level of detail through phone calls to their CPAs and the ownership and email communication really helped them keep them engaged in the process, and it helped them understand what we were dealing with, which ultimately resulted in them being grateful for us doing our part to making sure that we picked the next right buyer. So we had the seller engaged in every step of the process. We were transparent with them about the objections the buyers were coming up with, a high level of information with backed up data, and Ultimately, Iman's relentless efforts and my team's relentless efforts of not giving up and not letting go during the most troubling markets we've been through ultimately got us to a successful close of escrow. We were able to negotiate an exceptional offer for the seller. A 7-day due diligence period with no environmental work and no environmental testing to be done, including any kind of remediation, with a 21-day close of escrow, most importantly, within the price range that we had recommended. Iman, tell them a little bit about what you're doing and how we can help them.
So our team has become very active in identifying land deals or current deals that are suitable for current, retail or multifamily deals that are suitable for redevelopment. We have a couple in the pipeline currently and a couple coming out on the market soon. Please reach out to either of us if you are a developer or if you have any development sites you're looking to sell.
Thank you.
Thank you.